So Keyshawn Davis recently made clear that he's planning on moving to 147. Now, yeah, that's right. I said 147. That's welterweight. Now, all of you that have known Keyshawn Davis, you know he's been boxing. He's been boxing at 135. That's lightweight. Of course, in his last fight, he had some weight-making issues and had some out-of-ring controversies as well. So he's not going to fight at 135 again. He clearly can't make that weight. So it was generally expected for him. And I think he even said this himself, that he's going to be fighting next at 140. And since then, we've not really heard much about Keyshawn Davis. We've not seen him, not really seen him training, not really seen any new opponents sort of being leaked, no contract, no offers, not really any rumours out there. I think there's been some people thinking, okay, yeah, it'd be cool if Keyshawn Davis could fight this guy or this guy, but, nothing official has come out. And now we're hearing that Keyshawn Davis is willing to go up to 147 and fight some of the names there. I'm going to make separate videos about the guys who Keyshawn Davis has sort of been linked with and how I think those fights are going to get made. But in my opinion, it is a bit worrying. It is a bit worrying, because a guy like Keyshawn Davis, he's a talent. He's a hell of a boxer. He's an amazing boxer and could have dominated at 135 potentially. In my opinion, he was the top three at lightweight. When he was active at 135, it was Shakur, Andy Cruz and him and Keyshawn Davis as the three-headed GOAT of lightweight, the current lightweight division. Of course, Shakur's moved up to 140. Keyshawn Davis was expected to move up to 140, and that was going to be where he was going to operate at now. That was where he's going to campaign at. Where Shakur was going to move up to 140 to fight Teofimo, then come back down. Keyshawn's move to 140 was going to be more permanent, and he was actually going to campaign at 140, fight contenders, and eventually fight for world championships. But he's not done that. He's not done that, and now he's going to move up to 147. Now, like I said, for some reason, it is a bit worrying to me. It is a bit worrying to me because he's a guy that clearly has got out-of-ring issues, which is weird. I feel like he doesn't. But he his track record shows that he has. But I feel like maybe that was a one-off. I want to be proved wrong. I want to be proved right, actually, about Keyshawn Davis, because I think Keyshawn Davis maybe had that one-off situation. He's not a bad boxer. And ultimately, boxing is a sport based off merit. If you win your fight, you can progress. The out-of-the-ring stuff, to me, doesn't really matter. But to some people, I get it. And some people, I get why when Gervonta Davis has his out-of-ring controversies, they want to strip him and all that, say he's not the face of boxing. I don't really care what you do outside of the ring. I don't. That's just the way I am. I don't care what you do outside the ring. But I want to see what you are like inside the ring. Do you dominate guys inside the ring? Are you knocking guys out inside the ring? Are you cleaning out divisions? I don't care what your relationship status is. I couldn't give a fuck. Couldn't care less. Right? But Keyshawn Davis to 147. Now, there's a ton of interesting fights at 147. And again, Keyshawn Davis, like Devin Haney, I see him go to 147. I think he's going to clean up. Because there is such a lack of talent on 147, in my opinion. I look at the world champions. Devin Haney's the only good one. Rowley sucks, Barrios sucks, Crocker sucks. And Ryan Garcia finds himself in the world title talks at 147 and, in my opinion, shouldn't be. Because, again, he's another one who sucks. Who else? That's it. Paddy Donovan's a good boxer, but he couldn't even beat Lewis Crocker. Paddy Donovan's a very good boxer, in my opinion. But, again, like I said, couldn't beat Crocker. So, who else is at 147? You've got Paro. Liam Paro. Liam Paro's a nice boxer, but he's not as good as Devin Haney. Devin Haney boxes rings around this dude, if I'm being honest. And again, Keyshawn Davis would do the same as well. So again, I see a guy like Keyshawn move up to 147 and I'm thinking, okay, is it a strategic move? Is it a fact that you're seeing what I see and that you could easily clean up and win 2 or 3 world titles at welterweight without fighting anyone that's actually good? I could see that happening, yes. Or is it a lack of discipline issue where Keyshawn Davis got way too big after he left 135 and was saying, yeah, I'm going to move up to 140. But now that he's training again is proving that even him going back down to 140 is going to be too much because he's not been disciplined in training camp and that he can only make 147 now. That's where the concern comes in. I hope that's not the case. I hope, like I said, it's strategic. And like I said, Keyshawn Davis is saying he can probably win 2 or 3 world titles without having to fight anyone good and then be like a undefeated, unified welterweight world champion. When you're that puts you in elite company. That puts you in Crawford and Errol Spence company. Keith Thurman. I'd be curious to know what you guys think of Keyshawn moving to 147. Are you concerned like me? Do you have the same concerns, or are you looking at it with rose tinted glasses maybe, and see it from where I'm seeing it? And it's a strategic move. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.